Have you ever noticed how some of the most remarkable people you meet aren't the loudest in the room? They're not flaunting their wealth. They're not chasing every spotlight. In fact, they might be the quiet ones, the ones whose names you've never heard, but whose impact you felt. Yet here's the uncomfortable truth. In today's world, where fame and likes seem to define worth, we're slowly forgetting what true greatness really means. In this video, we're going to challenge one of the biggest misconceptions of our time, that greatness is about wealth, power, or recognition. I want to take you on a journey, not through the lives of celebrities or billionaires, but through the quiet conviction of people who live their purpose without ever stepping onto a stage. By the end of this, you'll understand why chasing applause can rob you of true fulfillment, and how to anchor your life in a deeper, more lasting kind of impact. And if you're new here, welcome. I create videos designed to help you think deeper, live intentionally, and define success on your own terms. So if that's something you value, go ahead and subscribe, because we're just getting started. A great philosopher once shared a piece of wisdom that has stayed with me. Sometimes, what truly matters isn't the relentless pursuit of greatness. It's not the hunger for recognition or the obsession with being the best. Greatness, he said, doesn't reside in wealth or power. It lives in the quiet conviction behind your actions. Think about that. In psychology, we talk about intrinsic motivation, doing something not for the external reward, but for the deep inner satisfaction it brings. It's what keeps an artist painting even when no one's buying their work. It's what makes a teacher keep showing up for students, even when the pay is low. It's what inspires a community leader to keep advocating for change, even when no one's clapping. And here's the thing. You can't always control the results. You can't force the world to applaud. But you can control how you show up, the consistency you bring, the intention you put into your work, the dedication you offer, day after day, without anyone asking. That in itself is remarkable. But here's where most people get trapped. When you tie your sense of worth to applause, you make yourself a hostage to the crowd. No applause, you feel invisible. No recognition, you start questioning if your work even matters. And slowly, the work itself loses meaning, because instead of pouring your energy into the purpose, you start pouring it into chasing validation. I've seen incredibly talented people quit because their work wasn't getting noticed. They didn't realize the applause was never the real measure. The cost of ignoring this truth? Burnout, bitterness, a constant sense of not enough, even when you've achieved more than you ever imagined. So, how do you live a life of quiet greatness? I want to give you 3 mindset shifts that will change the way you approach your purpose. Mindset shift number 1. Anchor yourself in the why. Before you even start a project, ask yourself, if no one ever knew I did this, would I still want to do it? If your answer is yes, you're operating from purpose, not performance. Mindset shift number 2. Fall in love with the process. Greatness is built in the repetition, in the showing up over and over again. Even when the results are slow, focus on improving your craft, not just proving it. Mindset shift number 3. Define impact for yourself. Impact isn't always loud. It might be helping one person transform their life. It might be raising a child with integrity. It might be fixing a broken system in your community. Whatever it is, make that your measure, not the size of your audience. Think of life like planting a tree. If you're obsessed with how fast it grows, you'll keep digging it up to check the roots, and in the process you'll kill it. But if you water it, protect it, and trust the process, one day you'll look up and realize it's not just a tree anymore. It's a shelter, a source of food, a place where people gather. That's impact. And it doesn't happen because the tree wanted to be famous. It happens because it stayed rooted in its purpose. I love pioneers, Not just the famous ones whose names we know, but the farmers who fed generations without ever making the news. The healers who saved lives in forgotten villages. The inventors whose creations shaped our world, but whose names never made it into textbooks. They lived with purpose. They worked with integrity. And they found greatness in the quiet, knowing that they delivered on their calling. So here's my challenge for you. When your moment comes to choose between recognition and purpose, which will you pick? If you found value in this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. And remember, your worth isn't in the applause. It's in the authenticity of your purpose. Subscribe if you want to go deeper into building a life that's not just successful, but truly meaningful.